Former National Security Advisor under the Obama administration, Susan Rice, was on the Pod Save America podcast. Now, regardless of what you think about that podcast or the Obama administration, you should keep in mind that this discussion is about Lindsey Graham. They are discussing the fact that Lindsey Graham is a terrible person, whether it has to do with foreign policy or these impeachment proceedings. He has been a notorious war hawk, and when it comes to the impeachment proceedings, he has done the bidding of Donald Trump. We've shared that information with you over and over again. Nonetheless, here is how the conversation went down in regard to Lindsey Graham on Pod Save America.
You have to understand Benghazi to understand Trump.
Right, because Lindsey Graham isn't just a piece of now.
He's been a piece of
Lindsey Graham.
I said it.
Yeah,
Damn it! Finally,
he's
a piece of.
He's lying.
Gloves are off.
How do you feel about
She's right.
It's true.
Yeah.
It is very true. It's so transparent.
I like when people tell the truth.
Yeah, she's kind of out of it right now, just no longer in her position, and she's just like, I'm gonna level with you. And I'm on a podcast and Pod Save the World, which is part of the crooked media empire. But yeah, it's weird to see that from someone that took so much pain during their time in office,
right,
to elevate the rhetoric of America.
True, but here's the thing. I mean, if anyone on the right is crying about her language there, they have absolutely no leg to stand on. I mean, you have Donald Trump who has, who cares about the bad words? He's incited violence over and over again. That's what he does. That's something we should be way more concerned about. And I have no doubt that I would feel the same way as Susan Rice if I were treated the way that she was treated by the Trump administration, the way that she's been smeared over and over again. I mean, in response to the situation in Syria, Trump brought her up recently just to smear her. I want to give you that tweet. He said Susan Rice, who was a disaster to President Obama as national security advisor, is now telling us her opinion on what to do in Syria. Remember red line in the sand? That was Obama, millions killed. No thanks, Susan, you were a disaster. So before I give you her response to that, let me just note, it was a good thing that Obama reneged on his red line. I get it, he had a red line, he didn't follow through, but funny enough, Russia brokered a deal between Assad and Obama, and luckily we didn't go in with more military operations in response to that. But nonetheless, anyway, it's
just like his assertion that Obama is weak and letting one country take land from another country. That's the Syria thing, but just in terms of calling Obama weak on his own foreign policy, like Trump, you got walked over by Erdogan. Erdogan called you up and was like, hey, I'm gonna run through there unless you get out. And Trump was like, oh, well then I'll get out of there. And I'm sure Erdogan will put his hand over the phone and was like, wait, I can't believe it just worked.
Right.
I'm gonna go through that. And Trump lost land that we were protecting, and Esper was talking to, I think it was Amanpour on an interview, and then Christiane Amanpour basically says, "What's the deal?" And Esper said, "What was I going to get in a war with a NATO ally?" Right. And the response should have been like, "We should have said that to them." Turkey, the reason Turkey didn't do that before is because we were there and Trump was like, I'm just getting out. And he did it very quickly. He got punked by Erdogan. And as a result, he's the weak one.
Right.
So you can't attack someone else on being weak when you're weak. Maybe there's another approach you could take, but you can't use that one.
Trump loves to cower to strongmen, and Erdogan is a strongman, we know that. Especially what his response was to the attempted coup in Turkey. He refused to leave Istanbul. Jenks shared that story earlier. But one thing I want to mention is, Mark Esper, defense secretary. It's hard to try to make Trump out to be a powerful person of authority who knows what he's doing when he immediately cowered to Erdogan. It is incredible.
He also cowered to Kim Jong-un, said how much of a friend he is. He's my best friend. He does whatever I want because we're friends. And then Kim continues to proliferate these nuclear weapons, continue to test missiles, and then every time we look up and say, "Hey, President Trump, what are you gonna do about this? He's totally breaking everything that you guys agreed to." No, not really. So you just deny reality. That's the playbook. The other playbook is also projection. Anytime they say what is going on with everyone else, it is exactly what's happening. Before you get to the response that Susan Rice had to him, Also, you said about they don't have a leg to stand on if they want to do this. That's never stopped idiot Republicans, conservatives from talking about things that actually where they don't win this argument. You just say it definitively. How about that? No, that doesn't make any sense. It's not about that. It's about what someone else just said to you. Our reality's been flipped up so many times. We don't know which way is up anymore.
That's a great point. Yeah, and that's on purpose. I mean, Republicans love to muddy the water and make you think or make you question what the truth is or what the reality is. But without further ado, let's get to Susan Rice's response to Trump. Then why did you come up and hug me at 2015 White House Correspondents' Dinner when I'd never met you, which was totally gross, and whisper in my ear that I had been very unfairly treated over Benghazi and was doing a great job for the country.
Ooh.
I totally believe her account. That's totally something he would do.
The fact he didn't respond, at least not from what I've seen, at least that was almost a week ago where she went back and forth with him. The fact he didn't respond to that, I think leads a little bit of a hint into exactly if that was the case or not.
Yeah,
if President Trump shuts up, something's up.
To get back to like Lindsey Graham, he's so bad at it. That's the difference. As Lindsey Graham is bad, and I've been saying this like in our morning meetings, but like there was a time when you had people around Trump who were good at coming up with either a deflection or listening to all his BS and then saying when the door closes and Trump leaves, like, hey, no one do what Trump just said. There were people that were good about that, but they're all gone. Like the Mattises are gone.
Right.
And the only one left who's any good at it is Bill Barr.
John Kelly. I mean, look, these are people that I don't particularly like. They're people who have pushed policies, specifically foreign policy, that's been disastrous for the countries we've intervened in. But the point that you're making is an important one because they at least understood what the laws are and they understood what you can and can't do. So in various reports throughout Trump's administration, you see Trump urging people to break the law, to do things that he just does not have the right to do. And as soon as he leaves the room, you're right, you have the John Kellys of the world telling everyone else, don't do that. And those people are all gone. Trump has surrounded himself with the Lindsey Grahams of the world.
Worst of the worst, because those guys, not like they wouldn't do anything horrible. It's not like they wouldn't bend the truth. They would bend and almost break the law every chance they get.
Right.
If Trump asks for something, they go, okay, let's see how much of this we can do without actually breaking the law. Let's see how much of this we can spin in the media without actually openly lying. Because they didn't go on Twitter and start declaring things. They're like, why would I go on Twitter? We're trying to hide things. Trump doesn't get that part.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.